Hi there, this is Carragans with Twitterite blog, the blog tutor, how to blog for free, as well as a whole bunch of other blogs. My most recent blog is wptwinreviewed.com. That's wptwinreviewed.com. I really suggest that if you're blogging at all, that you get over there and check out the posts on that new blog. I'm there right now on the administration screen, and I thought what I would show uh, everybody today is what are the basic setups that you need. Now, it's okay to talk about things in generalities, but now you get your blog set up, and you go ahead and you use Fantastico or whatever to set it up, and you go into your admin screen as I am here, and you're faced with all of this stuff on the left-hand side. Well, what do? So let's go through most of them right now and give you a little idea. Now, there are going to be things in here that you won't have on yours because I've already loaded plugins on here. So I'm going to show you the ones that you will find, and then you can go ahead and deal with those. All right. So the first thing you're going to look at is your dashboard, and over here you're going to see a bunch of things that'll show all your comments, whether they're approved, all your pages, etc. It's going to show you your theme and the widgets you have up, your version of WordPress, any new comments, any incoming links. It'll also show you some of the new plugins out there, the most popular, the newest, and recently updated. I'm sorry. So that's always good to look at. I use Yoast, Yoast SEO, which is a great SEO plugin. When you do that, it puts this little bit on here, the latest news from Yoast, and they show you some plugins. They give you some articles to read. It's a great website. It's a great blog. So get over to Yoast, and if you're going to use any kind of SEO optimization, I would use WP SEO by Yoast, Y-O-A-S-T. And then there's more stuff on this page. There's nothing to change here, okay? Now you can do a quick post if you want to right here, but I tend not to do that because it really doesn't give you a lot of functionality. The next thing you're going to look at are updates. Now, one nice thing about WordPress for most plugins is that if you have an update, it'll show in your updates screen. And you click on updates. It takes a little while for it to run, depending on where you are. And it'll then show you if there are any plugins that need to be updated, any themes that need to be updated, and if there's a new version of WordPress that you need to update. You will not have this red bar appear. This comes from another widget called WP DB Manager, which is a great way to optimize your database, repair it, keep it clean and neat. And this is just telling me that my backup folder might be visible to the public, and they want me to do something which truthfully I haven't done yet. Okay. The next thing is Akismet, which we'll get into in a minute. If you look under posts, you click on posts. Obviously, you can go in here and post to your blog. How often you do this. This is going to show you all of the posts you've made. Right now, I only have two. One is actually published, and the other is scheduled. So you can see here one of them is published, and another one is scheduled to go up and running in 2 days. Today's the 16th, I think, so it's going to publish tomorrow. The next button is to add a new post. That's obviously self-explanatory. Maybe the next video we'll talk a little bit about the functionality of the post screen, but there's lots of stuff in here, and a lot of this depends also how you set up your categories and your blog and your tags and other things. This is that Yoast SEO, which is terrific because it actually makes sure that you set up your post to be maximized from a search engine optimization standpoint. And it'll show you all you put a focus keyword, the main keyword you're looking for, and it tells you if you've done everything correctly. It's a very neat little plugin. Categories, what you're going to do is when you go into your new post, there may be categories in there. I would delete all of them and just set up the ones you want. So I have set up the ones I want. To do that, you just add the name of the category. Slug is a URL-friendly version of that name, and all it is the category name with hyphens in between. So you would put test category, and you can see you put whatever it is. Forget the O. But you can see you put a hyphen in between. And that's how you basically set up a slug. So that up here, this would be called test category, if I was going to set up that category. And it would have a space. Okay, so that's how you set up a slug. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. This is not, you will not find. On the media, there's really not a lot to do. On the links, what you'll want to do is when you open up your blog, there will be links in there set up by WordPress. It links to all of their pages. I would get rid of all of them. So you just click on name, click on delete, and click on apply, and it'll get rid of all those links. You don't want to post to their links. You want to post to your own links. On the link categories, same thing. There should be none in here now because I've already removed them. But what you'll do is you'll go, Blogroll is the only one that'll be in here. You can't get rid of it, I don't believe. So it always wants at least one link category, and Blogroll is in there. If there are any others, get rid of them unless you want to add your own. Under pages, there are basically 3 categories. You may not have post tags in there, but self-explanatory. You can check all your pages and you can add new pages. Under comments, nothing much you're going to do there. If there are any comments, you can either approve them or unapprove them. It's going to take a second to do this. It'll show you any comment. This is a new blog, so it'll have nothing in here, but you can go in and either unapprove or approve them, mark as spam, etc. Okay, it's comments. Ads you probably won't have on there. Under themes, if you click on themes, it'll then show you all the themes that are available to you. Yours will basically have the standard WordPress theme in there. It's going to take a second for it to load here. The only theme you'll have in yours will be 2010, which is this one right here. What you do to go ahead and find others, you can go to Install Themes. When you go to Install Themes, you then have several choices. We've gone through this in another video, but you can either search for a theme, and these are the filters you can use. You want a single column, 2 columns, 3 columns, right sidebar. I always suggest you use the right sidebar. That's where most people look when they look for a sidebar. And there are a bunch of other things here. But you can search, put in, if you're real estate, type in real estate. If you're in, I don't know, pizza, type in pizza. There may be someone made a pizza theme, whatever. You can also upload from your own hard drive. You can look at the featured, newest, and recently updated. Okay, that's themes. Widgets. For the most part, there are certain widgets I would always put into your sidebar. Widgets are little applications that you drag over to your sidebar. The ones I would always use are Tag Cloud, which means you just go to Tag Cloud. I've already done it. Click with your left mouse button and drag it, and then drop it. Same thing with categories and recent posts. You want to put anything else in there, that's fine, but at least have those 3. And in this one, I have a text widget, and in that text widget, I have a little ad, a little banner for WP Twin. We'll close it. And then there are obviously many others. You can add whatever you see fit. But the 3 that you should have for SEO purposes are Tag Cloud, Categories, and Recent Posts. Under menus, in the appearance, you can go ahead and change menus. You can customize menus. For the most part, you're not going to need to do that. This happens to have a special theme, so I have a Kazrod options page. This Kazrod theme is very unique. It's free, and it's got tremendous power. You can do all kinds of things with it. So if you're interested, get over. You can put a header on. That was important to me to be able to change the header, but it's got some basic other things you can do with it as well. It's not a bad theme. Editor just goes ahead and takes you to the editor for all the pages. For the most part, unless you know what you're doing, stay away from it. Plugins. This is the editor, and these are all the pages that make up the blog. Unless you know what you're doing, do not go ahead and touch it. Stay away from it. Okay, so we got the editor. Akismet. Akismet is a spam filter. It's a plugin. I would definitely put it on. It's one of those things that should be automatic. You will need a key to validate it. Just go ahead and follow the options here. It tells you can go right here. You can get one at akismet.com. Just follow the directions, get your key, and then put it in here, and you don't have to touch it. It will filter out most spam, so you don't get a lot of spam on your site. Under users, click on users. You can either leave yourself as a user. You can call yourself whatever you want. You can set yourself up as admin. You can put your picture in. You can set yourself up as a name, whatever you please. Also self-explanatory. You can add a new one. You can change your profile. Under settings in general, you want to put the blog title at the top. It should open in a second here. You're going to put the blog title. The reason I left it out here is I put a custom header in, so I don't have a blog title. And you can put a tagline in. You want to put the URL of the blog. You can put the site address. It's pretty much the same thing. And then you want to put an email address. So if the blog has to send you something, it'll send it to this email address. I always check anybody can register. I like people to get on the blog, have the ability to register on it. And then the other thing I would definitely check is your time format and time zone and stuff. This time zone, you can see I didn't do this, and it's wrong. Because I'm here in New York, so I should really go ahead and, where's New York? East Coast. Where is it? I know it's in here. There it is, New York. All right? because otherwise, one of the plugins I'll suggest you use is StatPress, and all your numbers are going to be off because the time will be off. To change it, I just changed it, and I saved the changes. So I'm glad I'm doing this. Okay, underwriting, not much you have to do there either, but one of the things I would suggest, if you plan on using any of the auto blogging software, etc., what you want to do is go ahead and enable XML RPC so that you can export from an outside source to your blog. You might want to use both of these. That's something you'll have to look into if you're going to use one of those external writing where they go ahead and they find content for you and automatically post it. Under update services, I would make a complete list. I'll put this on the blog of all the different sites that you want to ping every time you publish. It just gets better search engine optimization for you, get you higher placement. Other than that, on this page, I increased the size of the post box to 20 lines. 10 is real small. The default post category, you can make it whatever you want. I don't think I have another category in here, and etc. So you can just leave that the way it is, or post it to whatever category you want. I don't know, it took forever. So I would probably go to blog backup, and I only have one link category. And we'll click Save Changes. Most of this is self-explanatory, except that sometimes there are a couple things you might forget to do. Under reading, let's see what's in there, if there's anything we've changed in there. On the front page displays your latest post, and I like to show one post on my home page. That way the reader can always look for others. So that's what I do. I want to show the full text, not a summary. So I would just leave it. If you want to show some other page, you can click here, show a static page, and you can pick what you want to put in there. I typically do not do that. On discussion, there's really nothing. Media privacy, this is important. Under privacy, what you want to do is make sure that the top button, this button is clicked. I would like my site to be visible, unless you want to keep it private. You're doing something, you're not ready to show it prime time, then I would keep this clicked. But always remember, once you're done, if you want people to see it, you got to click that button. That's real important. Under permalinks, I would suggest, and I would suggest heartily, that your permalink be this: /, %, post name, %, /. It is used by, that permalink structure is used by most of the plugins that I've seen. You certainly can use any of the defaults, but this seems to be one that is most often used by most of the plugins. So I would leave it as that. That's just what I use. The rest of these are all plugins. Forget what I would. Most of these I'm not critical. The one I would definitely have is XML sitemap. That's real important if you're looking to get seen by search engines. And StatPress is another one that shows you how many people hit your site. I think that's another very important one. I'll show you what that looks like, and it just gives you the ability to track every day. I just put this site up today, so we only have 7 visitors today. But it shows me, so I can keep track of this. How popular is it? How many people is what I'm doing working, etc., etc. So this is an important little plugin, and it's free, so no reason not to do it. You don't want to burden your site with too many plugins. It slows it down, but at the same time, you want to make sure you have ones in that will help. This is the SEO plugin from Yoast, and it has lots of features. One day we'll do a little video on that, and don't worry about the others. That's pretty much it. I think we've covered almost everything you need to do to get a new blog up and running with the basics. Obviously, there's a lot more involved if you want to go crazy, but that's the basics. So just go ahead and follow that initially, and you should be okay, and then start posting great content. Have a great day, and we'll see you at our blogs in the near future. Bye-bye.